Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are having a fantastic day. If you're new to the channel, my name is Parker Nierenstein, and this is Vehicle Virgins. Today's video is extremely exciting for multiple reasons. First off, this video is sponsored by Omaze, an incredible organization that is giving away a 2019 Lamborghini Aventador S. That's right, they are giving away a new Lamborghini. Omaze works with awesome influencers to raise money for nonprofits, and at the same time, they give away experiences with celebrities, vacations, and in this case, a frickin' Lamborghini. With just a small donation to charity, you're entered to potentially win a 2019 Aventador S. How cool is that? They're even gonna cover taxes and shipping for you, so all you have to worry about is making a difference in the community and potentially winning your dream car. All of the donations to this event help support the charity Meals on Wheels. It's actually a charity I have volunteered with in the past, so this hits quite close to home for me. Meals on Wheels delivers meals to elderly individuals at home who are either unable to prepare meals for themselves or purchase them. Seriously, guys, it is an awesome cause. All you have to do is click the link in the description below or go to omaze.com/win-a-Lambo. Now, you do have to be over 18 years old. Lamborghini is not officially endorsing this giveaway. Good luck to everyone. The second awesome part about today is Omaze actually invited me out to Willow Springs Racetrack to drive a 2019 Aventador S, exactly like the one you could win today. So let's roll. Time to take the E63 out for a drive. Start her up. Boom. I am so glad. It is such a beautiful day today. It has been pouring rain nearly every single day in Los Angeles for the past couple of weeks. This is the most rain LA has seen in an extremely long time. Partially, that's a good thing. We needed the rain. The other part is, well, it's a little bit annoying when it rains every day. I'm super pumped about today because I've driven the Aventador S a number of times on the street, but never gotten to experience it out on the racetrack where it's truly going to shine. Streets of Willow to the right. Last time I was here, there was a spec boxer race that my friend was competing in. Then we went off-roading afterwards, where we hit a jump that was so big it almost broke my back. That jump was insane. Thankfully, we were okay. I'm excited to check out Streets of Willow, though. Some cool stripped out 3 Series. Well, here you guys have it. We've got a beautiful 2019 Aventador S, just like the one you could win with Omaze. I want to go over some of the specs of the exterior, what differentiates it from the normal previous generation of Aventador, and then we're gonna go ahead and take it out on the track. We're actually at Horse Thief Mile, which I've never been to before, a tighter, smaller track, so it'll be fun to see how the Aventador does. The fact that they also cover taxes and shipping is a pretty big deal as well. There's literally no reason not to sign up for this. It's exceptionally easy to tell the difference between the latest generation Aventador S and the previous normal Aventador based on the front end. They've completely restyled the front fascia for 2 reasons. 1, updates, more modernizes the look, and 2, it actually increases downforce in the front by more than 130%. Very effective. We've also got these fangs here that Lamborghini says were designed after shark fins. They kind of remind me of those off of the Lamborghini Huracan Performante. Regardless, it looks fantastic and it's aerodynamically efficient. The side of the Aventador has always been one of its greatest angles, a true poster car. Now we've got a slight redesign from the previous generation Aventador in the name of the side intake vent. It's been improved in terms of its aerodynamics, reducing turbulence as well as engine cooling at the same time. Now, we've got 20-inch wheels in the front, 21s in the rear, mated to bespoke Pirelli P0 tires. The tires themselves actually had to have stiffer sidewalls than before because of Lamborghini's innovative rear wheel steering system. We'll talk a little bit more about how much that affects the handling characteristics of this Aventador in a little bit. The rear tires measure 355 millimeters wide. 355 millimeters. We've got some upgrades to the rear of the Aventador as well. A new redesigned exhaust is now 15 pounds lighter than before. It's also got 3 exhaust tips instead of 4, located in this hexagonal cover that looks so nice. And it produces some of the best sounds of any car of all time. Now above that, we've got an adjustable wing that has 3 different positions, and in its optimal position, it increases overall efficiency at high downforce by more than 50% over the normal Aventador. But what you really care most about in any V12 Lamborghini is the engine. So let's go ahead and pop the engine bay and take a look at what's underneath. Go ahead and pull this tab here, and up we go. Under the bonnet of this Aventador S is a 6.5 liter naturally aspirated V12 that now revs to 8,500 RPM. This is truly one of the greatest engines of all time and will remain that way as emissions restrictions are getting more and more intense. People are downsizing, turbocharging, and going to hybrid powertrains. This might end up being the best engine Lamborghini has ever made. Now, due to its increased redline and optimized air intake system, we've now got a 40 horsepower increase over the previous generation Aventador for a total of 740 horsepower and 509 pound-feet of torque. 0 to 60 happens in a face-ripping 2.9 seconds. That's not even the best part of the car. The best part of the Aventador is the sound, the drama, and the excitement when you're behind the wheel of it. This V12 produces some of the most gnarly, beautiful, exciting noises ever to be produced from an automobile. Couple that with its killer looks and unbelievably ridiculous, violent gearbox, and you get an unmatched driving experience in terms of excitement. Not to mention, every time you get in the Aventador, because it has its signature scissor doors, it feels like an event. People are already going to be looking at the car, but then when the doors go up, it is game over. Hopefully you're not doing something too embarrassing because people will be watching. All right, let's get some exhaust clips, shall we? That exhaust was literally so violent, it blew my camera over. Let's hop inside of this beast. So check this out, we're in Strata Mode. We go over to Sport, then Corsa, then one more is Ego Mode. We can go to Car, check out the infotainment display here, go to Lamborghini Ego, and then we can customize exactly what we want for the powertrain, steering, and suspension. That actually looks like a perfect, oh, Strata, no way. Gotta put Corsa on the suspension, and we're good to go. The infotainment system in the Aventador is actually pretty easy to use, and it comes standard with Apple CarPlay to make connecting your phone an absolute breeze so you can listen to music. Although I imagine the majority of the time you're gonna wanna be listening to that beautiful V12 soundtrack and not your iTunes, but if you're stuck in traffic, potentially, you might want music. I think we gotta do a couple more revs for the kids. Start her up. Put it into Corsa, of course. Oh my God, it sounds so good. And I guess technically, because the donation amount is so small for you to be entered to win, that makes this the cheapest Lamborghini Aventador S in the world. From a usability standpoint, they have improved a lot of things with the Aventador S. Not only is it much easier to maneuver around parking lots because of the rear wheel steering, they've also got very enhanced graphics for the backup camera. To put it into reverse, click the R button here. And we've got the backup camera right in the center of the screen instead of off to the side, so you can easily see what's behind you. There is something so satisfying about the way it feels to activate the paddles on the Aventador. Oof. Especially at full throttle, that ISR gearbox. You almost need a chiropractor if you buy one of these things. I think this is absolutely one of the funniest features of any Lamborghini, auto start stop. I cannot believe there's auto start stop and cylinder deactivation in a Lamborghini Aventador. The interior of the Aventador S is absolutely breathtaking. There isn't a single square inch on the car that isn't exciting and doesn't look like it's straight out of a fighter jet. Check out the stop start button, for instance. It's like a nuclear warhead. You have to lift this red tab to make sure, are you sure you want to start the Aventador? And the answer always is yes, to fire out that beautiful sounding V12. And there we go. The rest of the interior is mind-blowing. All of the angles, the curves, the materials used. We've got leather everywhere, this beautiful contrasted diamond stitch leather, carbon fiber in the center consoles, as well as the door handles. Actually, a surprising amount of headroom. In terms of visibility, well, out of the rear, it's pretty good for a supercar. Over your shoulders, not so much. We've got a beautiful display with updated graphics for the tachometer and speedo that changes based on what mode you're in. There are 4 different driving modes, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But if you put it into Corsa mode, all of a sudden we get this horizontally opposed tachometer that looks so cool. All right, it is time now. We will start the car off in Strata mode and go through the various different driving modes. Now, one of the greatest improvements of the Aventador S over the Aventador is in the gearbox recalibration. So the initial Aventador, and still with this one, has a single clutch ISR gearbox. That single clutch transmission can shift in as little as 50 milliseconds, but at slow speeds, it was a bit jerky. Now with the Aventador S, they have reprogrammed it to make it much easier around town and less jerky and clunky, and they've done a fantastic job at doing so. Now in Strata mode, shifts are nice and slow, the suspension is more supple. Because we've got Lamborghini's new rear wheel steering system, they had to do a complete overhaul of the suspension. Newly tuned magneto-aerological dampers mean that in comfort mode, the Aventador rides softer and more supple over bumps than ever before. The throttle response is relaxed, the steering is nice and light. You could actually drive this without too much effort in the world. Now we're gonna go ahead and put it into sport mode, which is significantly more exciting. Sport mode enhances throttle response, it makes the shifts quicker, the steering is now heavier, the suspension tightens up, and the car starts to come alive. Now let's talk about that all-wheel steering system that Lamborghini has employed in the Aventador S. There's no getting around the Aventador's heavy curb weight. US spec cars are 4,100 pounds, but in order to mitigate some of that weight, the all-wheel steering has made a tremendous difference. So let's talk about their innovative new all-wheel steering system. That's right, not only do the front wheels turn, but the rear wheels do as well. So if I'm making a left-hand turn here at lower speeds, the rear wheels are actually able to turn up to 3 degrees in the opposite direction of the fronts in order to improve how nimble the car is. Now in Strata mode, the all-wheel drive system is split 40% to the front and 60% to the rear. So pretty balanced, but in sport mode, because of the new rear wheel steering system, it's actually allowing more power and torque to go to the rear wheels than ever before, meaning in sport mode, we can be 10% front wheel drive and 90% rear wheel drive. How cool is that? Oh my God. Then we've got Corsa mode, which stiffens up shifts. Oh my God. Then we've got Corsa mode that has some of the most violent shifts of any car. Oh, that is so much fun. Steering tightens up yet again. It's very stiff now. The throttle response is unbelievably heightened, and those shifts are just incredible. Now, a big difference between the Aventador and the Huracan is the fact that this has a single clutch gearbox instead of a more modernized double clutch system. Now, that's for a multitude of reasons. One, they can't actually fit a double clutch transmission into the Aventador's powertrain. It wouldn't fit size-wise. And another reason is the single clutch gearbox means there's so much more drama. You just don't get the brutality of shifts that you do with the double clutch. Nothing matches the Aventador's aggression and violence in its shifting. It's just staggering. Just watch this. I'm not exaggerating the shifts. Oh my God. Oh, it's a lot of fun. Then, of course, we have the fourth driving mode, and that is Ego Mode. In Ego Mode, you can custom tailor it exactly the way you like, so you don't have to rely on Lamborghini picking and choosing the suspension, the steering, and the transmission setup. You can do exactly what you want to do with your Lamborghini. You really do feel how much that rear wheel steering helps with initial turn-in, and also mid-corner stability. It totally changes the car from something that was a little bit cumbersome and clunky to actually really nice to drive on the track. This is the first time I've driven an Aventador on track, and it being so wide and heavy, it sometimes feels difficult to drive in traffic and normal roads, but oh man, does it feel good out here. The levels of grip are unbelievable in this thing. The gearbox, oh, it's amazing. This thing really loves full throttle downshifts and upshifts. Oh, this car is so exciting. I can't believe you can win one of these. Another thing the Aventador S does significantly more than the standard Aventador is crackle and pop on overrun, almost like a Huracan, when you let off of the gas. It is such an amazing noise. Oh, wow. All right, there's definitely something we've got to do, and that is do launch control. So we're in Corsa mode, ESC off, floor the brake with the left foot, floor the gas with the right foot, and we are going to take off with a little bit of a burnout. Oh, that is so much fun. Well, I've got to give the keys back to Omaze, unfortunately, but hopefully one of you, if you enter to win, might actually go home with a 2019 Lamborghini Aventador S. That would be the coolest thing if one of you guys won. Definitely gonna have to hit me up if we filmed a video taking delivery of together. That would be insane. We got a 488 out there ripping. On the way back home. 44 degrees, it's getting freezing here in Los Angeles. I think last time I was out here on the track and we did the off-roading adventure, it was something like 100 degrees out. Got some guys doing some testing. The track looks so nice with the fresh pavement on it. Back at home, so it is a perfect time to end the vlog. What an exciting day today was, and seriously, good luck to everyone who's going to enter in the giveaway opportunity to win that Aventador S. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like always, please browse the channel and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you next video.
Gravity.